and welcome to the Wedding Talk Show. It's a podcast that talks about everything wedding, so from beginning to the end, of course. And I'm your host, Oluwadara of Eventigo. Eventigo is a wedding planning and event planning outfit in Nigeria. So let's get into today's episode. Today we're going to be talking about something that is very interesting, and it is, what vendors do I need for my wedding? I know we throw that word a lot. Vendors. Say come for vendors meeting. Oh, I've got you on my vendors. You don't need to get my vendors for me and all of that. Who is a vendor? A vendor basically is a supplier. So before you get the desired outcome, there are a lot of things that you have to put in place. And I'm just going to be talking about the basics, right? I'm going to be talking about the basic vendors you need, like the minimum you need for your wedding ceremony, because this is very important. I've found that in my experience, there are times where we came on board some weeks to the wedding, so they've planned, or they said that they've planned the wedding and they just need somebody to coordinate it. But I'm like, so we're assessing different things and you're like, oh, have you gotten this, have you gotten that? I'm like, are you sure? I don't know, I don't remember, and things like that. So I just need to give you like the basics of the vendors that you need for your wedding. A vendor, like I said earlier, is a supplier, so they are supplying a service. It may be a product or a service, and it is for the purpose of your wedding, for the purpose of bringing this beautiful wedding ceremony together. So on top of my list, you have your wedding planner. Yes, if you can afford it, definitely get a wedding planner. Then if you get a wedding planner, you probably don't even need to listen to the rest of this, but you actually do. So get a wedding planner, book the services of a wedding planner. You also need a decorator, because the decorator is in charge of the ambience. So how is your event going to look like? How is your wedding ceremony going to look like? The different aspects of it, which makes it beautiful, and people coming to there are like, oh my god, this is awesome, this is beautiful. Yes, that feel, ambience gives, apart from the fact that it makes the place beautiful, it actually gives a certain feel to your event. What feel do you want your event to have, right? Your photographer and your videographer, of course, this cannot be overemphasized. Like, you don't want to get married and you're like, so where's your picture, where's your video? And like, actually, I don't have it, I didn't consider it important. No, you need a photographer, you need a videographer, you need an MC. So whether it's a traditional marriage or it's a reception, you need an MC. The type of MC, of course, would vary, but you need a compare, someone to anchor and ensure that there is a free flow of the program. You need a DJ or band, or band. So DJ and or band. So because sometimes because of budget constraints, some couples rather are not able to book the services of both. A venue, of course. Sometimes this venue is like maybe your apartment, your compound, but most of the time you book an event center for your wedding, so they are also on your vendor list. You have drinks, you have catering. Of course, there's no wedding without food. It's not a court wedding, it's a wedding ceremony. You need to have food. And then you have your makeup, because you need to look good on your wedding. You cannot do your makeup on your wedding day and say, no, I watched your YouTube video, I did this. No, you need a professional makeup artist on your wedding day. You need a hairstylist on your wedding day. So these are the basic vendors that you need, or what we call suppliers you need for your wedding. So just a form of quick recap: you need a wedding planner, you need a photographer, a videographer, your makeup artist, hairstylist, catering, that is food, and catering can even include your main meal, your small chops, your desserts, and things like that. You also need an MC, DJ or band, and then venue. Those are the minimum you need for your wedding ceremony. You can then now extend it to say, you know what, I need cocktails, I need fireworks, I need, see, there are plenty vendors depending on what you want for your wedding. But I'm going to stop here, and then just with this printable wedding planner, it actually like has a list of all the vendors that you need for your wedding and different questions you actually need to ask them, right? So you can use the link below and get access to the free version. So the free version has the contact list for your vendors, and it also has a venue checklist, right? It's free and it's supposed to be paid, but out of my generosity, I'm giving it to you very free because I want you to have a smooth wedding planning process. And then if you want the complete list of vendors, you want the complete list of what are the questions to ask, what are the things I'm even supposed to look out for in booking a vendor, then you should get the paid version. It's on my website, that's myeventigo.com, and the link would also be in the description below. Get access to the free book. It's going to help you, and it's going to, I'm sure you really like, you fall in love with it completely, hopefully not more than your partner. Ask you, do you have questions? You have questions, you're planning your wedding and you're like, see, this part is not clear to me, I'm not sure. Just send your questions to twts@myeventigo.com, and we'll be sure to respond to your questions. So my name remains Oluwadara Ilesomi. I am the CEO of Eventigo, a wedding planning and event planning outfit in Nigeria. So if you're planning your wedding in Nigeria, you're getting married in Nigeria, just send us a mail, send us a message, say that, you know what, help me, I need help with my wedding planning, and or you need help with your wedding coordination, just send us a mail and we'll be sure to respond to you. Share this podcast, like this podcast, and then follow this podcast so that the next episode you're going to get, you'll be the first person actually to get access to it. Thank you once again. I will see you next